quick, engaging pace. Take a close look at the opinions you hold, the phrases you use, and the things you find funny. These platforms actively dictate how you think and behave, one rapid-fire video at a time. Millions now watch the same clips, repeat the same jokes, and adopt the same aesthetics simultaneously. This creates a widespread, silent synchronization across the culture. People absorb vocabularies and reaction styles directly from their feeds without making a conscious choice to do so. Trends move so fast that social relevance has a shelf life of only a few weeks. To keep up, people find themselves swapping their vocabulary, wardrobe, and aesthetic every few months, constantly rebuilding their public vibe to match whatever style the algorithm is currently favoring. Uniqueness weakens when a population spends the majority of its waking hours consuming digital culture rather than creating themselves.
People stop expressing what they actually think and start repeating what they constantly hear. No one chooses to become a copy of a stranger on purpose. This homogenization happens because the human brain is biologically wired to seek social acceptance. It naturally mirrors its environment to fit in. Online, fitting in means aligning with trends. People filter out their own unusual ideas or weird interests because adopting a familiar, trend-based identity feels socially safe. The internet rewards predictability, so people unconsciously sand down their rough edges to stay relevant. But chasing a moving target leaves the mind unstable. When you rebuild yourself every time the internet changes, you eventually forget how you naturally act. You lose track of what you genuinely enjoy and who you are when there isn't an audience watching. Without realizing it, many people have stopped discovering their personality and simply started downloading one. Social media algorithms are designed to harvest attention, and whatever shapes your attention slowly shapes your identity. The brain rewires itself based on repeated exposure. Processing these specific patterns daily, behavior adapts. Users then radiate that same worldview outward, unaware it was engineered. Your mind becomes whatever you repeatedly feed it, which means the majority of modern personalities are being built by accident. Historically, humanity experienced silence, but today, every empty moment is instantly filled with digital noise. Without solitude, there is no space for self-awareness, and the ability to form an independent thought slowly dies. Personalities used to be built through physical friction, making awkward mistakes and spending hours alone. Now, identities are rapidly assembled through consumption, curating the right aesthetics and following the right creators. Living through a socially optimized, curated persona carries a heavy emotional burden. Authenticity grounds people, but performing a personality creates constant tension. The outer self no longer matches the inner self, leaving a hollow feeling. At some point, people stopped becoming themselves naturally. They became reflections of their consumption, and the more artificial that identity becomes, the less alive they feel. Rebuilding an authentic personality requires deliberate separation. It is impossible to hear your own thoughts while your brain is flooded by the opinions of millions of strangers. Consumption passively copies identity. Creation actively reveals it. The act of writing, building, or expressing something without immediate feedback forces the brain to produce genuine thought and tap into actual originality. True individuality requires physical friction. It means leaning into periods of boredom, having face-to-face conversations, and making real-world mistakes where you can't hit undo. Real life shapes personality naturally through resistance. Digital life shapes it artificially through the pursuit of validation. The way out of this cycle doesn't require a total transformation. You don't need to try harder to be unique or invent someone completely new. Reclaiming your identity is an act of subtraction. It's stopping the constant flow of algorithmic input, so you stop losing the person you already were.